Hi, this is Mike Maloney, and for many years I've been giving a presentation on the death of the global dollar standard. And there are two events that have happened recently. Toward the end of last year, they announced that the Chinese yuan would be included in the basket that makes up the SDR, the IMF's currency called special drawing rights that is only used by the world's central banks. And then, just a couple of weeks ago, SDR-denominated bonds were sold in China, and they are redeemed in Chinese yuan. Now, like I said, I've been giving this presentation for a long time. Episode 3 of Hidden Secrets of Money is all about the death of the U.S. dollar reserve status. And this is crumbling while we speak. This is part of the currency crisis that I was talking about. It's part of the change in global monetary system. In this presentation, I show that every 30 to 40 years, the world has a new monetary system. This is something I discovered when I was writing my book. And the thing is that the global dollar standard is the worst designed of all of these systems, yet this one is 45 years old now, so it's way overdue for its own demise. And when this one crumbles, everybody is going to feel it. When we changed from the classical gold standard that was in place before World War I to the gold exchange standard between the wars, the public didn't feel it. When we changed from the gold exchange standard to the Bretton Woods system, the public didn't feel it. When we changed from the Bretton Woods system to the global U.S. dollar standard, the public didn't feel it. It was only large international businesses, the central banks, and large international banks that felt the convulsions from the switch in monetary systems. With the end of the U.S. global dollar standard, everybody is going to feel it. It's going to be a global economic convulsion that will affect everybody. Now, there's an article from Philosophy of Metrics, and this is J.C. Collins' writing, and the closing paragraph I found very well written. Soon other emerging nations, such as Vietnam, India, and other BRICS members, will begin to issue their own SDR-denominated bonds. Once that trend picks up steam, the demand for U.S. Treasuries will decrease and interest rates will increase. Without a doubt, this will be the biggest monetary transformation since the end of World War II. So that's quite a statement. But what are the economics behind that? Well, this is the total federal debt, the total public debt, the amount of indebtedness that the United States government has indebted the public, you and me. And if you look back here in the year 2000, you're talking about less than $6 trillion of debt. Today, it's up at almost $19.4 trillion, from 6 to 19.4. Now, if you take a look at federal debt held by foreign and international investors, the people who may dump their U.S. treasuries and convert them into these SDR bonds, back in the year 2000, 2001, you're talking about $1 trillion or less of the U.S. federal debt being held in foreign hands. And today, you're talking about 6.3 almost. And so if you divide these things, you find out that it was about 19% of the U.S. debt was being held back here, and now it's expanded to 33% that is in foreign hands. So 33% of the U.S. treasuries are going to be potentially affected by this. And people that want less exposure to the U.S. dollar and more diversification are going to be converting their U.S. treasuries into these SDR-denominated bonds, and a lot of these bonds are going to hit the open market. And so that means that there are some big, big changes coming. But on the opposite side of every crisis is opportunity. So you always have to remember that. This is not necessarily a bad thing for you. Yes, it's going to be bad for the U.S. economy. It's going to be bad for most Americans. But if you research things and learn as much as you can, you might be able to turn this into the best thing that's ever happened to you. So if you got anything from this video, please like it, share it, and subscribe to our channel. and we'll see you next time. Thank you very much.